Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Dr. Ann Sanchez, and I'm going to go over the expectations of your graduate project, which is really 25% of your grade. So I put this webinar together, which is basically from the study guide to give you an idea of what's expected. What I first want to go over is Bloom's taxonomy. This is how every professor grades in any undergraduate or graduate program. And this is how we grade student learning. So on the bottom, knowledge and comprehension, that's basically what you've done in high school. You've kind of memorized the information under knowledge and you're able to remember things, but necessarily not fully understanding the material. And then you're restating it in your own words, you're paraphrasing and summarizing and translating. The next two are at the undergraduate level. It's application and analysis. Under application, you're using information to solve problems, transferring abstract and theoretical ideas to practical situations. You're identifying connections and relationships and how they apply. And under analysis, you're identifying components, determining the arrangement, the logic, and the semantics. The last two is graduate school, and that is synthesis and evaluation, combining information for a unique product which requires creativity and originality. So that's what synthesis is. It's basically you've looked at the information, you've compared and contrasted research, and then you have come up with your own idea of how to solve a problem, or how you're analyzing a situation. So this is where you use the peer-reviewed scholarly studies and you synthesize all that, compare and contrast, and at the end you determine the evaluation. You're making decisions and supporting views. It requires understanding of values. So what I tell students is, it's okay to present information. It's okay to write that information down, understanding the theories. But what really critical thinking is at the graduate level is the so what factor. So what? Why is this leadership theory better than others? Or why is this certain idea better than others? I want to hear your opinion and your so what factor. So what would we use this theory for? Or what implications does it have in the 21st century workplace? Or what should we use and why should we use it in a particular situation? So that's kind of a combination of your thoughts, but backing it up with the research. And that's why we have you research, is to understand what's the studies saying, but your evaluation is important. And so I'm looking for the so what factor from your writing or from your project. So this is how we grade as professors, and those top two is critical thinking, and that differentiates the graduate work from the undergraduate work. So your graduate research project is 25% of the total course grade. So here's the things you need to do to get an A in this graduate project. You need to schedule a Google Hangout with the library before week 5. And the reason why I'm having you do that is, one, testing the Google Hangout technology. Number two, they are going to help you find peer review studies. They're going to talk to you about the graduate research project and how to prepare for it, because the library knows what I'm expecting in the graduate research project. So when you're looking for peer-reviewed scholarly research, you are looking for the last 5 years. If you use peer-reviewed studies past 5 years, you need to get that approved by me. And so the library is going to help you to find those peer-reviewed studies, because according to the rubric, you have to have between 10 and 12 scholarly research projects or research peer-reviewed studies in order to get an A in that category. And you'll see that on the rubric. The rubric is in the study guide, and it's a critical thinking rubric. So if you look at all the categories of how I'm going to grade you, one of those categories is peer-reviewed research studies. In week 5, you're going to get your topic approved by me. If you don't, it's another 10% reduction of the grade if this isn't completed. And what I'm looking for is to make sure you're on the right track, that you don't start the graduate research project without me understanding what you're going to do. And 9 times out of 10, the student will talk to me about it, and we can hone in on a specific thing that they're passionate about. So I want to have that in week 5, and in the Moodle, you'll see that as an assignment. Again, review the graduate project rubric. That's in the study guide so that you understand the elements of how I'm going to grade the project. And test out recording for the project. This is a project that you're going to do a PowerPoint presentation. You're going to record your words about the project, and it's going to go and upload to YouTube or Vimeo. A lot of students use that, and get a link to YouTube or Vimeo where I can review it and fellow students are going to review it, because that is the last discussion post, is students are going to comment on your presentation. So you want to test out the recording for the project so you understand how to do it. And I have loaded that in under the graduate research project, how to record. It's also in the study guide. So you want to look at how to record and upload it to YouTube. Now, what should the research project include? You should have an introduction, which includes your hypothesis statement. You're going to have a robust literature review, including peer-reviewed studies relating to your topic the last 5 years. Limitations of those studies, what suggestions were made in each study. And you'll see the rubric because one of the categories is compare and contrast. And so I'm looking for you comparing and contrasting the different studies that you reviewed. What were the pros? What were the cons? Which one did you really relate to? The methodology you used and conclusions showing implications to the 21st century workforce. Did you use peer-reviewed studies? Did you do a survey? Did you do interviews? And then what are the implications of those studies or that survey or those interviews that's going to affect the 21st century workforce? And again, that is super important because we want to know what the implications of your study is going to be with the 21st century workforce. And then what recommendations would you make based on the research. This is the critical thinking that I just went over in Bloom's taxonomy. It's the so what factor. So now that you've done all the research, so what? What are you recommending? Why are you recommending it? How is it going to affect the workplace? So those are the real critical things that you're going to need in the graduate research project. I hope this has helped you in understanding what the graduate research project is. Again, please go to the course documents. It will give you the study guide, and in the study guide it highlights all the elements for your graduate research project. I hope this has helped. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me or call me at 800-254-8504. Thank you again for listening to this webcast.